Hey everyone, it's me, Kelsey, and welcome to my channel. I appreciate you stopping by. And if you're new here, guess what? So am I. So welcome, and we're all just going to get through this together. Today, I wanted to do something a little bit different. I don't want to necessarily do a wrap-up or anything like that, just because I don't really read in the month of December. Great time to start a booktube channel. Beside the point. But anyway, so instead of just talking about all of the ways I'm like kicking ass and taking names in my reading and being generally great, I saw a post on Instagram that's gotten some following, talking about Failure Friday. And so I thought I would participate in this Failure Friday because I had all kinds of plans to read this month. I just didn't do it. My theme for this month was fantasy. It had been a little while since I jumped into fantasy, and I was excited to get back into it just a little bit, and I had plenty of books on my TBR to choose from. So I went to my local library, and I picked some up that I was really excited about, and proceeded to not read any of them, except for one. I did read one, but the rest of them just, life happened, holidays happened, that's it. The first book that I wanted to talk about is called Hardboiled Wonderland and the End of the World by Haruki Murakami. Now, this book I've heard really great things about, and just about this author in general, but this is supposed to follow two different timelines, or maybe not even timelines, but two different narratives. One of these narratives follows a data processor who finds himself kind of at the whim of this mad scientist who is conducting a lot of strange experiments, and the other following a man in, we don't know if it's another timeline or just another narrative in the same world, but he is stripped of his shadow and sent to work examining unicorn skulls and extracting their dreams from them. I don't even know what to say about this one other than that sounds awesome, and I am excited to pick this one up eventually. It just wasn't this month. Okay, book number 2 that I was supposed to read this month and did not is called The Lie Tree by Frances Hardinge. Something like that. This book follows a young girl named Faith and her father. They have recently moved countries because her father was sort of the victim of a reputation ruining scandal, and so they move away to try to get away from all of that and all of the negativity, and to just try to better their lives and remove themselves from that drama. But things to be going well until her father turns up dead, and she knows that he was murdered, and so she goes through his things and finds this tree that it bears fruit every time she whispers a lie to it. And so as she is whispering lies to this tree, it bears this fruit with one like unalterable truth. And this tree is either supposed to lead her to the truth or lead her father's killer to her. I'm still excited about this one, but didn't read it this month either. The last book on my list for Failure Friday is this book called The Possessions by Sarah Flannery Murphy. This has been on my TBR for quite a while now, and it's actually one of my lowest rated books on my TBR. I think it's at 3.18 or something like that on Goodreads, but the premise is so fascinating that I just have never taken it off. Essentially, ours, and we follow a woman named Eurydice, Edie for short, I believe. This alternate world, Edie works as what is essentially a consort for what is called the Elysian Society. Now, the Elysian Society has this service where essentially by taking a pill and wearing items of a deceased person, that deceased person, their spirit will then inhabit the vessel's body, and Edie is one of those vessels, and she has been a vessel for 5 years, which is unheard of in this world because it's very abused. It's very scandalous. There are a lot of shady dealings going down in this world involving this specific occupation. So that's already weird. And then she meets this man named Patrick, who comes in to speak with his deceased wife, who died under mysterious circumstances. And the more he comes in as her client to speak with his wife, the more she feels the lines between herself and his wife blurred. Now, at the same time this is happening, I believe there's a body found nearby to this building, and so both of these stories kind of take off from there. So, again, haven't taken it off my TBR because this story sounds, and I'm already obsessed with it. And I want to read it, but I just didn't this month because I am the actual worst. But anyways, I did just want to acknowledge my failures and explain to you books that I want to read but haven't read this month, and kind of see what your take is on it, if it's something that I should make a priority for next month or even next year. 2019 is coming up. But again, thank you for watching. Bye!